Hi everyone, it's the Chief here again, back from AA, back from Birmingham, and doing the obligatory AA video commentary and haul video, I guess. So the light's just a bit dark here. Let me see if we can do something about the light. I'll be back in a second. There, how's that? Any better? Yeah. I think that's a lot better. That's a lot better. Yeah, so auto assembly. Fantastic time. I had an absolute fantastic time whilst I was there, as I do every year. However, this year was, for me anyway, was better because I was wife free. Because as some people know, my wedding anniversary coincides with auto assembly. Not by much, but just because we generally have to work during our on the actual day of our anniversary, what we have done in the past. We set aside auto assembly simply just to get away from work as well as spend some time together. But this year I managed to get rid is the wrong word. I managed to talk my wife into not coming this year, and that allowed me to spend more time enjoying the beauty that is auto assembly. You know, in terms of the people, the guests, and so on and so on, and the incredibly, can't even speak today. What's wrong with me? You know, the incredible people that make auto assembly so fun. I'll get onto the haul in a moment. Now, a lot of people were asking me the difference between BotCon and auto assembly. Obviously, me being in the position of having visited both places. And a lot of people ask me which one's better. Now, I don't think there is a better place, really. The advantage of BotCon is obviously on a huge scale. It's bigger, you've got bigger talents such as Peter Cullen and so forth and so on. Dealer room complete, at auto assembly it is really dwarfed in comparison. It literally is the entire size of the dealer room at auto assembly would only fill less than a quarter of the size of the assembly room of the dealer room in BotCon. But the prices are so dramatically overpriced. It's unbelievable at BotCon, whereas at auto assembly they are reasonable. At the same time, like I said, you do get the big names, you do get the big talent and so forth. But I think you lose that intimacy. I mean, I did have the opportunity to spend some time with the great Greg Berger. Now, most people know, well, I don't know, most people know. I don't know most people know. I don't even know myself. But in terms of voice talents, comic book series, authors, artists, and so forth, I don't really pay much attention to all those. I do read the comic books. I don't always pay attention to who the artist is. I don't always pay attention to who the writer is. But in terms of the fandom world, there are two people who I'll always give time for, which is Simon Furman and Greg Berger. Now, purely because of, I mean, if anyone who's met them knows what great personalities they are anyway. And for me, Greg Berger, minus away his ability as a voice actor, as a human being in general, I would give up any amount of time of the day for this fella, just to sit down with him and just chat with him. He is really such a great guy. And we were discussing, you know, the pros and cons of BotCon versus AA. And he really does feel the love a lot more at the smaller conventions like AA, where he can interact, and he loves that interaction. And this is the point I was trying to make, is that there is that intimacy at Auto Assembly, not just amongst from the talent to the fans, but amongst ourselves. You know, you can just literally drift from group to group to group to person. If you don't know Joe Bloggs, Fred Bloggs will know Joe Bloggs, and you get introduced that way. You know, my Facebook, I mean, I've been going to AA 3 years now on the trot, but every year my Facebook just goes mental with the amount of new friends, add-ons on there. And you don't, I mean, you do get that at BotCon, but not in such an intimate way, because at BotCon you'll meet someone briefly, but there are just so many bigger groups out there where you won't know these people, or you won't know that person, whereas in Auto Assembly you will, you know, through one way or another, because it's such a smaller, more intimate crowd. And that's what I love about Auto Assembly. Unfortunately, there were a few people that I would like to have met again this year, but you know, for whatever reasons they couldn't make it. I know quite a few people always mention these in videos and everything, and there have been a few losses this year, and it is extremely sad. And my heart does go out to all these people. But on another note, you know, hopefully we will see these people next year, because they were truly missed. Especially for me personally, anyway, it was Johnny Dorf, Pornstar 666, or Roddy Wave, or whatever, because we just get on like a house on fire. But unfortunately, he couldn't make it this year. As well as a few others. But what did I buy? I bought quite a few things. Yeah. Would I've liked to buy? Would I have liked to buy more? Yes, I've possibly a few more pieces, which I missed out on. And really, you have to be quick. I mean, I saw a figure, the hybrid THS-01 Galaxy Convoy little figure in a box, and I should have snapped it there and then, because literally within 30 seconds of me glancing at it, it was gone, which was a shame. But at the same time, I don't know, it's because I've been to BotCon earlier on during the year, and also, you know, leading up to Auto Assembly, I was still buying quite a heck of a lot online. Because what I've now started to do is, rather than buying individual figures like so, I've now started buying cases, because I think financially it works out cheaper if you buy the case, take the figures you want, and then sell the double figures. It literally, you know, you're actually almost knocking a quarter of the value of these figures off by buying in bulk. So, you know, save the pennies and buy a case. You know, I that would be my suggestion anyway. But as you can see, yeah, I picked this guy up, Autobot Drift. I've already got this figure. I've already got this guy, but he's so nice. He is so nice, and he's sealed in the box, and I can't bring myself to break him out. So I thought, fuck it, I'll buy another Drift. Also bought a load of current comic books there to add to my collection. And let's get to the meaty stuff. I got a United Redcar. United Blair. RID Skybites, still sealed in box. Power Core Combiners, Grimstone. Alternators, Rodimus. Reveal the Shield, Breacher. How cute is that? Transformers United Autobot set with Scrap Heap, which is the one I was after. Loose Stepper, Alternators Stepper. I bought this figure in the bag because everyone was playing toys and all mine are boxed, and I felt so left out, but I still didn't open them up. Japanese Toys R Us exclusive Hot Rod, or Rodimus, or Modorus Minor, or whatever you want to call him. Not one, not two, 3 boxes of Micron boosters. A mint in sealed box Sky Gary. This is absolute perfection. The box is 100% perfect. No creases, no dints, no nothing. Thank you to Aaron at Zyber Toys, honestly. I mean, I bought quite a few pieces from his stall, and together it was expensive, but I got a discount off them. I won't tell you how much I paid for everything because it is stupid money, but oh, thank you. And finally, my pride and joy of this year's find. I had to take it back. I had to authenticate it. I double checked it, triple checked it, you know, over and over again to make sure it was absolutely genuine. It absolutely is genuine. It is. Mwah. Now, I am a MISB collector if possible. Whenever I do find one, you know, there's this innate urge inside me to purchase it. I want it. Never going to play with it. Never going to break out of the box. But I just want it. And Aaron at Cyber Toys, X-Cyber Toys, XYBIR, I don't know what you want to call that, pulled me aside and showed me, you know, the figure itself. And it is a mint in sealed box Sunstreaker. Absolute perfection. You know, aside from, you know, a little wear and tear on the corners, you know, this is absolutely perfect. You know, it's got the correct Asian Plus thing. It's got the stickers on the inside, on the doors, on the roof. It's got smoked windows. It is genuine. I mean, even the tape that sealed it is aged. What a find. You know, that's all I can say. I paid an arm and leg for these. And I don't regret it. It is truly my find of the year, really. But anyhow, what about auto assembly itself? You know, of these self, if you notice, I've bought no movie toys at all. Had enough of those at BotCon. Saw a few pieces. I mean, I saw the Prime movie verse, you know, Ultimate Prime and all that, and I don't know, there's just something about it that makes me think, that puts me off from buying. I can't quite put my finger on it.
I am Optimus Prime, and I've got my med tech. Don't fuck with me. Oh shit, not again.
Yeah, something about it. Anyway, yeah, I didn't really film much footage from Auto Assemble this year. Didn't really take as many pictures as I would normally would because of the copious amounts of alcohol I was drinking. Yes, again, the prices were so fucking expensive at the bar. You feel forced into buying your own alcohol, which I did. I carried a backpack with me. I had bottles of JD, bottles of Coke in there, and I was basically refilling my own glass. Purely because by the time I drink double Jack Daniels and Coke. By the time I'd purchased 3 of those at the bar, I could have bought my own bottle of JD, which is essentially what I did. By the time I'd spent about £50 at the bar, I thought, this is ridiculous, and I just ran down to the shop downstairs and bought my own JD. That was, every single year at the hotel, it's pretty much the same story. You do get raped at the bar. And in hindsight, I could have probably purchased a lot more figures had I not spent so much at the bar, which, fair dues or whatever. But yeah, hopefully next year at Hilton, the drinks will be a lot cheaper. But for double JD and Coke, I paid £8.10. Whoops, aeroplane. Yeah, which to me is the price of rape. £8.10. Bloody hell. Anyway, yeah, I didn't film as much as I would like to. I didn't photograph as much as I'd like to. Really enjoyable year at AA. Met old friends, made new friends. Fantastic.
Welcome to Auto Assembly 2011!
Streisand. Barbra Streisand.
Everyone, it's the Chief here again, back from back from AA, going to do the obligatory return from AA video, fuck off.